Welcome back to Pursuit of Accuracy. I'm Josh, and today we are doing what I'm affectionately calling the apples to oranges video comparison between the Vudoo V22 and my CZ457 competition gun. So if you think you have a couple questions, or maybe you're on the fence about which one of these you should buy, or maybe you already own one or the other and you're thinking you should have gone the other way, then stick around. Hopefully we'll answer all those questions for you and more. Welcome back, guys, and if you are a veteran of this channel, then you already know that I am not about to sit here for 10 minutes and spit out useless specifications that are printed on a manufacturer's website. That is just not the kind of review that we do here. So I'm going to give you my personal opinions and thoughts and some real-world data and real-world opinions on what rifle is better for what situation, and if the extra money that you're going to spend on something like a Vudoo over the CZ is actually worth it to you or me. So let's unclutter this workspace a little bit. I am going to move, for right now, the CZ out of the way, and we are just going to talk about the Vudoo really quickly. So this is going to be down and dirty. We're probably going to shoot some steel at 100 yards. I tell you right now, we're not comparing these for accuracy. Both of these are stupid accurate guns. My CZ setup is phenomenal. It shoots 0.1 inch groups with the lot tested ammo. The same thing is achievable with a Vudoo. I think with a good barrel on the CZ, accuracy is a wash. If you came here just to find out which one is accurate, then I think you need to go back and watch a lot of my other videos so you can really see how you achieve rimfire accuracy. And it's not just by spending more money. More money doesn't equal more accuracy, and I think we've proven that time and time again on this channel. Let's take the optics completely out of the equation. Forget both of these are sitting on here, but both of these are Athlons. This is a Midas TAC. The CZ has an Athlon Cronus. Disregard the optics, the rings, all that. Let's not even talk about that. So the Vudoo, the barreled action, which is the barrel, the receiver, the bolt. No trigger, no stock, just the barrel, the action, and the bolt. That's all you're gonna get. 1,800 bucks. So a lot of you probably just turn this video off or skip to the next one because that's ridiculous, and I get it. So 1,800 bucks price point just for the barreled action. So if we look at that $1,800 and we bring back in the CZ457, this rifle for itself with the CZ factory trigger, the action, the barrel, this Manor stock all comes from the factory. You're looking at about $1,000, $1,100. We got a Timney trigger on here. That's less than 200 bucks. We got a Lilja barrel on here. That's 450 bucks. So total price of this minus optic and rings is still at or below the barreled action cost of this. And that's before you start adding in money to put it in whatever stock and whatever trigger you're gonna do. For equal comparison, let's remember that this is $1,800 for the barrel receiver bolt, and this is $1,800 or less, completely set up, ready to roll, minus optics on both. Okay, back to the Vudoo. So I have this in a Manners TCS stock. You don't need to put it in a stock like this. What you're getting for that $1,800 barreled action is compatibility with Remington 700 short action stuff. So if you are a big gun PRS shooter and you shoot PRS matches and you want a real to life 22 long rifle trainer, something like a Vudoo or Rim-X is your only real option. That's for a number of reasons. This barreled action will bolt into the same exact stock you're using for your big gun, so that compatibility is the same there. Your 22 long rifle mags will fit in the same mag holder because this is an AICS pattern magazine. It just holds 22. That's what you want if you're looking for a trainer. Something else you're gonna get, fit and finish. The fit and finish on the CZ is stupid nice, and we'll bring the CZ back out in a minute. Don't worry, guys. The smoothness of this action, everything screams custom gun. So this is not what I would consider a mass-produced gun. This is a more built-to-order gun. You're going to have lead times with this. You're not just going to buy one and get it tomorrow. Something you're going to have to order to your specification, and it's built, and you wait. They are not infallible. They do have flaws in this system and things that are going to make you cuss the rimfire gods. It's going to happen. No rimfire is perfect. Everyone has this Achilles heel. Fatal flaw for the Vudoo. It is a controlled feed round. So that is also a benefit, but it is also a flaw. The benefit of a controlled feed round, it doesn't hit a feed ramp off of a magazine and then go into a chamber. The bolt takes it straight out of the magazine, straight in the chamber. It doesn't nick the bullet up. The bullet stays completely intact. So at 300, 400, 500 yards, you will most likely start to see a Vudoo take over in the accuracy department because if there's no deformities on it and can stay more concentric, it's going to fly a little bit better because of that controlled feed. Because it is controlled feed, it is very finicky. Everything has to be perfect. If the mag setup is not perfect, it's going to cause feeding problems. Conversely, if we bring the CZ back into the shot, this is what most guys are going to say is the flaw for the CZ, the little itty bitty micro mags. I say this is one of its biggest benefits. This thing is stupid reliable. Yes, it uses a normal kind of feed ramp off the follower of the magazine. Never going to be an issue. I've shot 8,000 plus rounds through this rifle. It has never failed to feed. 8,000 rounds I put this thing in. It's been 100% reliable. Because the mags are teeny tiny little AK mags that everybody hates, guess what? I can stick one right here next to my action, fully loaded. Run in the stage, run dry, bam, pull the magazine out, and it goes back in. So yes, it is not compatible. It is not an AICS pattern magazine. It will not help you train with your big gun, but this little bitty AK mag sure does work. Reliability, off the charts. You know, it's not a controlled feed, so it's maybe not benefiting from the accuracy of a controlled feed, but boy, the reliability makes up for it in a huge way. So I think we've covered most of the bases here about basically what separates these. You know, the CZ has great aftermarket options. We have barrels, triggers, stocks, all sorts of things, and all sorts of things you can do to make this rifle what it is. Area 419 has huge support from bolt knobs to rails. You can do whatever you want with a CZ. Biggest thing is this is a micro kind of chamber 22 only platform. So this gun is fairly light. In the manners and stuff, it adds a little weight to it. It's heavier than most people's models with this weighted arc rail, but it is still fairly light. And when you're shooting positional shooting, things like that, weight helps. So this rifle is at least 5 pounds heavier, and that weight is gonna go a long way in competition. And like I said, it has the added benefit of compatibility. So we're gonna shoot the KYL rack. I'm gonna pull it in from 150 to 100. We're gonna shoot both these, just kind of show you the accuracy. I mean, if you've been around the channel, you know that both of these guns shoot great. I think this rifle makes sense, and the extra money makes sense if you are looking for a real-to-life trainer and or you are a positional competitive shooter. If you're a big gun PRS shooter and you're looking for that compatibility, this or the Rim-X, way to go. If you're a guy who just shoots in his backyard, maybe you just shoot a competition every now and again, maybe you do a vast variety of things and you don't have a big gun that you need a trainer for, then I don't see why you wouldn't shoot a CZ. It's not nearly as smooth as this, but this thing is a hammer. I think you guys have seen that. We've done incredible things with this rifle. This is an incredible 22 long rifle platform. It can do anything you want, but it cannot mock your big gun. That's the only thing this can not do, and it's just not built to do that. Maybe you bought a CZ and you're like, man, should I bought a Vudoo? Maybe it's more accurate. No, it's not more accurate. The real difference there is putting in the work to lot test the ammo, find that ammo that's gonna work perfectly in your well set up CZ and use that. But let's get that target set up out there. I know I've been rambling for a while. This is supposed to be a short video, but there's a lot to talk about with these rifles. Main camera up here, we're gonna do a target camera at 100 yards. I'll go set that up on a 50-yard KYL. We will see if we can hit all 8 of those with 10 shots out of the Vudoo and the CZ 457 with the same evenly matched ammunition, just so you guys can get an idea of what kind of accuracy we're talking about here. All right, so we're gonna go to the KYL down there. Having a little bit of wind, so if I miss these bigger ones, it's probably a wind hole, but we'll see what we got. Starting at the 2-inch target. No issue there, obviously. 1 3/4. 1 1/2. 1 1/4. 1 inch. 3/4 of an inch. Getting spicy now. 1/2 inch. Oh, that was just underneath of it. Oh, I'm missing just left of it. Come on, Josh. Oh, pull it together. There we go. I think I'm out. Oh. Dang it. All right. Well, you know, we made it down to what, 1/2 inch? Hit a 1/2 inch. I needed probably one more round, and I could have hit that stinking 1/4 inch. All right, let's do this. CZ, you're not gonna need all these anyway. Let's give it its shot. Let's give it its best chance. Guest on the channel. One shot. Let's see if I cannot mess it up. 1/4 inch. Oh! All right. Still, it hit 9. I hit 10. I just had to shoot that last one. I feel like I messed up a couple of wind calls. Let's transition over to the CZ. All right, we got the CZ. Gonna shoot some Fowlers, but I was gonna run this no scope cam to make it fair, but I realize a lot of you probably want to see the scope cam footage, shooting that steel at 100 yards. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna slap that scope camera on there. We're gonna get you that footage. Whew, I gotta get back in shape. Goodness. So, get a lot of questions about this. This is a side shot scope cam I run. So this has a modified GoPro Hero 7 by Backbone in it. Basically modify it, put a front plate on it so you can have an adjustable lens camera. Pretty easy. So it's right on here. Whew, easier to talk when you're not out of breath. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on so you guys will see. So I'll just kind of get this adjusted in, locked in there. We're gonna be shooting 100 yards. So we're gonna shoot our cold bores out of this one. Took a round out of. And this is kind of the process. So what I do, let me get on target. There we go. Get the gun leveled up here. So this is the area we're shooting at, and I basically have an exposure control. And I kind of drag that around. I want to find the brightest spot. And I'll kind of turn that on and then lock it. That way it doesn't wash out. If you see some of the times when I'm shooting this, white is the worst. So the sunlight off those white targets just overexposes the image and washes it out. And unfortunately, once it gets washed out, there's really not much saving it. So I think we'll be able to be like 1.7. Let's turn up the magnification here. Oh yeah, I don't know if you're able to see that very clearly, but we're just gonna aim at a blank spot on this cardboard. We're just gonna put some holes in it just to make sure we're close. Aim about there. Level up the gun. Then what I like to do is just put one hole. I shot from there and it hit there. And I'm just gonna follow that hole and give myself an aiming reference. You're gonna see it settle in. So yeah, we're shooting a little high. Slightly left, but not much. It's just the wind changing, but more or less we're high. So that's kind of working down. All right, so we're a little high. We can work around that. The target is a little bit past that. That cardboard is actually propped up at around like 96. And then the steel over here is actually at 100. So let's check that on the camera. We're zoomed in now. I'm gonna tweak on the parallax. That's worse. I think that's better. Back worse. Okay, somewhere in there. Oh, you guys are really getting a behind the scenes today. Probably kind of behind the scenes you don't want. So apologize for that. All right, let's see if we can go 1 for 1. So we were a little high, but these are a little further. So I'm just gonna favor a little low. All right. See if you guys are seeing that trace too. Look like we're just a little left. There we go. It's the 1 3/4, 1 1/2. Yeah. Down to the 1 inch. Money. And you see how close that, people, you know, kind of get a little worried about my GoPro from time to time, but you can see through there, there's a minimal chance of me accidentally hitting that. Worth the risk, and I believe in this gun, so. Ooh, are we gonna run it clean? Boy, that thing is hard to see. It nicked it. That counts. I don't even want to hear it, Vudoo guys. That thing moved. 2 camera angles. We're going to shoot it again. There's a little bit more wind now. Oh! I held wind and didn't need to. Okay. We got 1 bullet. Oh boy, I'm kind of scared now. Oh no! All right, we're all over it. But I did run it clean. I just want to make that distinction. It did hit it. It ain't got to move a lot. Just got to move a little. All right, so both actions are clear. Bolts back, so no worries on the safety stuff. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Takeaway thoughts for me. The Vudoo mags and things like that are more finicky. The fit and finish is excellent, but if you need a trainer rifle, then this is a proper trainer rifle. If you need an accurate 22 bolt action gun, either one of these are great. This is at a much lower price point, and you can see this does not suffer at all in accuracy. This thing's a freaking hammer. I love my CZs. I appreciate all good 22s. I love CZs. I love them. But if CZ came to me tomorrow and said, Josh, we want to give you a lifetime supply of rifles, the answer would be, thanks, but no thanks. I don't need them. You guys support the channel by watching these videos, liking them, bumping those numbers up. Helps us grow, helps us earn ad revenue that we can put into other rifles so that we can continue to keep testing and providing actual honest review. No shills here, no affiliations, there never will be. I don't really care about the profit margin of the channel. I just want to see the channel grow, and you guys have helped with that tremendously. So I know I say it every video, but I do appreciate you guys, and we will catch you on the next one.